Hello everyone and welcome back to Addo's Playtime. Today we're jumping back into Oxygen Not Included. Oh yeah. I missed this game this week. It has been quite a week for me. In the last episode, we started by sending our dupe out into space to do some research, and he has been doing quite a bit of it. He's been doing a good job of it as well. One thing I noticed though was that we keep running out of power. And I think it's because we're trying to power too many things at once. So I think that we need to cut the power to the phone. That's going to affect our morale a little bit. But upon closer inspection of our dupe here, he has a high morale because of the fact that... So he has high morale, which is -20. He has popped eardrums, which sucks because I thought that we only... I guess popped eardrums happens a lot lower. Oh, the oxygen is at 3,000. I thought it was much lower than that. Oh well, things happen. So he has popped eardrums, which is 20. He's got a high thing, and we have all of the floral scent that we could possibly do. So he's getting tons of that. So basically, he's doing just fine, and we are just going to let him do his thing. He's cool. As long as he keeps making these data banks, we're up to 20 at this point. As long as he keeps making these, I really could care less. As far as CO2 goes, we only have one bubble currently, but we may have to do some funny things as well. Now, another thing that I did notice is that his rad dosages get really high. We have plenty of plastic on here, so I'm thinking about taking out a couple of spots to help the rad dosages here in this particular area. Unfortunately, I can't take out all of this because I do need a decor item, I think, to keep this bedroom where it's at, to keep it high enough to be the luxury. So it has to have a comfy bed. It has to have no industrial machinery, one decor item. So if we look at our rad situation here, we have 41 here and 100 rads here. So I kind of want to, as he's in this space the most, I think I'm going to take out these three and then add maybe 3 tiles of plastic here, because that's the only best insulator that we got without having to land him back. So I'm going to put 3 there, and then I'm going to deconstruct these 3, and then I'll put... Oh, I don't know if I can do this actually. Because if I put this here, it may cause a problem with us being able to have the correct amount of room here. That could be a pickle. Anywho, so here's what we'll do. We'll just have him go ahead and get this done. Let's put this a little faster. All right. We'll put these 3 tiles here. It'll probably take our room bonus away, but that's okay. Even if we need to, we can change this into a regular bed maybe. And it needs 12 tiles of space, and we have 16 minus 3. Oh boy, that's going to be close. Oops, don't want to do that. Okay. So anyways, we're going to put these plastic tiles here. Let's go ahead and make them a high priority so that he gets this done over everything. And we'll put this at a medium priority. We'll just say that. Yeah, because there's nothing else in here, I think, that needs to be of any sort of priority. So we could actually just say 5 to everything, except for those tiles. So he should go and get those tiles built. We'll check on him in a moment. Back on the planet, though, one of the things that we need to do is start making plastic again anyways. Now, as you can see here, we have quite the cooling loop going on, and it is working very well. The unfortunate thing is, though, is that I did not place these pipes quite the way I should have. I should have these radiant pipes going through these metal tiles. That would have been much smarter. So let's do that. We're going to shift everything down, and we're going to start making our petroleum in here. The other reason, or plastics in here, the other reason I need to do that is because I need this pipe here for the petroleum for the 2 plastic presses that we're going to put in, but I can't put it here because then it's going to suck in the polluted water, and all that sort of stuff. So we made a mistake and we need to fix that. We already have petroleum coming up here, so getting the petroleum here is an easy little connection and done. So let us queue up some building commands. We can use the things that we already have here to get that done. But yeah, so we'll kind of get this deconstructed. We will get the pipes laid in the way we want them to. And I'll tell you what, once I get that done, I will pop back in with our first pop in of the day. And done. So now we can set up our new plastic presses to get some of this going. Now, what we'll probably have to do too is maybe make a little bit of a loop to keep things the way we want it to. It's going to create steam. It's going to create a lot of heat, a lot of heat. And we're probably going to have to put some radiant pipes around it. I'm thinking I want to put it somewhere in this corner. So if I want to do that, I'm going to have to make a couple bridges here just so that I can push the petroleum across and into this. So we'll go ahead and start by putting the liquid bridges made of obsidian, because we make everything out of obsidian if we can, right here and right here. And then we will cut those pipes, and then we will have this petroleum come in this way. It shouldn't affect our cooling too much. If we need to radiate the heat here, we can totally do that. All right, so they got the first one done, so we need to cut, let that do its thing, cut again, let that do its thing, cut, and cut. And then we can leave those pipes there because we'll probably be using those. We'll just transfer those into insulated pipes. All right. Polymer presses. We're going to have 2 of these suckers here. So we're going to have one, going to rotate, and then have another one. And they're going to just be right here. We'll probably put some radiant pipes through here. I think we're going to probably do gold. So let's start by just doing those 4. We will also put in some insulated pipes all the way to there. And we will just let them kind of do that thing. In the meantime, we will also just, for our own sanity, clean up that bit of pipe as well. So the insulated pipe doesn't really need to be anything. I don't think it does, but we'll find out. We also need to get rid of the carbon dioxide that's going to come out of this. So they're both going to print out quite a bit of that stuff. And I think what we'll do is we will just have both of those go like so. And then pump over here in a high pressure gas pipe, just in case the pressure gets way too much in the near future. We may have to change this gold amalgam tile to something else. And we honestly may need to put some pump down here of some sort to pump out the water. We may even like try to make this kind of a pit here to get rid of that water. We can just add it to the pipe that's up here, bridge it on, call it good. So that is going to be this part. Now, we only have about 800 grams of oxygen in here, and it's staying pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. We've got our gold there. We've got everything going. Okay, so it looks like we're ready for the next step. I want to go ahead and actually, let's just sweep this right here, priority 9. Now, according to what I've seen in my overlays, all I got to do is hook this pipe up and I'm done. But like I said, I want to insulate this pipe. So we are going to go ahead and insulate this, oops, all the way to here. And we're going to call that good. We'll cancel out that little bit there. So we'll just insulate this pipe just for safety precautions. It's not like, you know, we care too much about the heat. Actually, it's getting really cold up here. Awesome. It's probably because we're down into the grams. And yeah, man, we're really chilling off the base just by pumping all this out. Actually, how do we look on our gases? Oh boy, that took a second. Oh wow, the chlorine has gotten all the way to the top. Boy, these little pumps up here have just been doing the work, folks. pumping this stuff out into the background of space, letting things vent as they need be. Oh, be still my heart. I love you, pumps. You guys are amazing. We may have to crack this open to get that hydrogen out of there, but if our entire outside was hydrogen, I would not be mad about that. Hydrogen is one of the best as far as thermal conductivity and all that stuff. So I don't think that, let's see, properties. So the thermal conductivity of this is 0.008. If we look at hydrogen, the thermal conductivity is 0.168, which is better than, I believe, oxygen. Yes. So the higher the number, the better. So polluted oxygen, still the same. What about, we should have some CO2 down here. Yes. So honestly, best in the game by far. Natural gas? Yes. Still best in the game by far. What have we got in the printing pod? Oh, we will take the mushrooms. Calories, calories, calories. Okay. So we are ready to kick this sucker off. I think they finally just finished the last little piece of insulated pipe. Liquid pipe. That's this liquid. We want you. And plastic production is back online. So let's take a look at this to make sure nothing crazy happens here. I want to look at the temperature overlay and everything. We do have the radiant pipes going through here, so we should be getting that heat taken care of. Oh boy. Oh, we made those out of copper. Should have made them out of steel. Yeah, we are getting water down here, so we need to do like I thought. So we'll take that out. We'll put a little pump in there, bring some power over, and that'll get rid of all of that extra nonsense. We're just going to pump that sucker right down here. We don't care. And donezo. All we need now is a bit of power. And that sucker will just pump that stuff out right there. And flood out our hermit some more. Yikes. Sorry, hermit. Maybe I should have put that over. Meh, you know what? Whatever. Okay, so that is this. So that was one little project that I have in store for us today. Now, the next little project is our sleet wheat farm. Now, we had talked about this, maybe trying to put it inside our base, but as I was reviewing the footage, I had an epiphany. What if we put it over here where our oxygen production is? It is ridiculously cold over here. We're talking negatives way below anything I could ever want. I could vacuum this out, pump in some oxygen, and we could make a really nice, reasonably sized sleet wheat farm right here. This doesn't seem like a bad idea. I bet you we could probably get, I mean, we have a space of, at our shortest point, 7. So we could do 7 and then do rows and rows of stuff right here. That's not a bad idea. We could insulate some tiles and bring in some water and then boom, done. And I saw that we have this little tiny sleet wheat growing wild right here. And I thought that's what gave me the idea. Like, it's totally random. I can't believe it's growing in this tile. That means I will never destroy that tile. I hope I like that tile. But all we'll have to do now is we have to redivert some of our hydrogen that's here back into our storage, which that's not a big deal. All we got to do is this, and it's done. And we'll probably disconnect this. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that we will never, ever back up. Well, you know what? Famous last words. But if we do, I have plans where we can just divert this back off of this particular spot, bring it over here, or we can put in a bridge here and divert. We have options. Lots and lots of options. Maybe, because there's a lot of spaghetti going on here. But it's okay. Maybe we'll do it here. Yeah. Yeah, actually. We could put a bridge here. And then if this needs to be diverted, it can be. but I want the storage. I don't know. We'll figure that out. That is a future Addo problem. We're going with the present. So if I would want to put my sleet wheats in here, I'd have to come up with a really good farm design. Now, I don't know exactly how many I need, but the first thing we need to do is get a lot of this out of here. A lot of this, there's the mixture of polluted oxygen, so there's some CO2 that's on the ground. I got to get that out of there and all that other jazz. So I'm going to set up some things to pump out some gas out of here, and then we're going to pump back in the oxygen. Or maybe we'll just filter out the polluted oxygen. That seems like the better idea. And honestly, we could just take one of these pipes and just have it vent off here. Done. And once we get up to the maybe a 1.5 kilos per square, I think that'd be plenty. It needs a specific amount of pressure to grow. So the atmospheric pressure needs to be, we need to be, 10,000 grams. Yeah. Oh, you know what? We can do whatever we want. It doesn't matter. Just as long as we have 150. And I think if we took out the polluted oxygen, we'd be really close on that 150. But anyways, let's get that started. Yeah, there's a lot of damage of overheating over here. So let's go ahead and redo these. That did not really work out. We are going to make you out of steel. Oh, yeah. No more chance of overheating over here. Oh, my goodness. Maybe there is a chance? Okay. Solution. This is obviously not enough radiant pipe. So let's go ahead and just radiant pipe all of this. And we'll try to get as much cooling out of it as we possibly can. I don't know if the heat is coming from the presses themselves or if it's coming out of the petroleum. It shouldn't be coming out of the petroleum as it's in insulated pipe. And igneous is just fine as far as that goes. If we have to run some radiant pipe through here, what is this coming out of? The carbon dioxide is coming out at 76. That's not terrible. But hopefully with a little bit more radiant pipe in this area, yeah, it's already starting to cool this off. Yikes. That got a little too hot, a little too fast. Spicy, that plastic. What? Uh-oh. No. 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 Insulated liquid pipe made of ceramic broke. You've got to be kidding me. This is devastating. Well, that's quite the mess. All right. We need to fix this immediately as it is starting to heat up everything. So all production is canceled. We are not doing anything. Low work orders on these things. We need this fixed in a hurry. This piece of insulated pipe just needs to be deconstructed in a hurry. Disable auto repair. Okay, you're done. And we're going to have to pump and mop all this. Oh, man, no. You know what? There's a trick to get that, though. First things first, we need to pump out everything except for the oxygen. We need to disable this immediately. Disable both of those. Priority 9. What a disaster. Temperature. It's the temperature. I just let that get too hot too fast. Dang it. Man, I hate it when I make mistakes like this. This is so silly. Oh, they got it. Oh, no way. Did they really get that? Oh, they did. Sour gas is at 16C. It's actually not that bad. When does it turn into methane? Oh, way negative temperatures. Okay, that's fine. It seems like it's all settling at the bottom, which is a good thing. So if we stick a pump right here and pump this sucker to space, how do we have any pipe that's going that way? That would be a negative, my friends. We could bring that out and around and go up through here. Golly, that's a pipe and a half. Anyways, I've also decided in the background to go ahead and pump this out. It's actually probably a terrible idea, as we will have to recool all of this oxygen that we're about to spill in here. But it just seemed like the easiest thing to do. And that is the end of that. It is a complete vacuum. I also just deconstructed as much as I could around this. There's a few tiles back behind here, the lab walls, that I find it hard to deconstruct and grab. They're just there, and it's hard to see it. I don't care anymore. And I don't want to demolish this. I really don't want to do that. But we can go ahead now and deconstruct all of these pipes. All this. Again, I don't want to deconstruct that pipe there, as it may not be able to be re-put in. I also want to deconstruct all of this and that all the way to there, and we will get rid of you, and then we will start working on our design and getting the oxygen in here as soon as all this is done, swept out, looks good, and then we will start worrying about putting oxygen back in here, which the anti-entropy thermo nullifier, nailed it, will have to recool all that oxygen down. But that won't be a problem. All we have to do is get it to 1,000 kilos, and that thing should handle 1,000 kilos of this stuff pretty handily. The bigger thing right now is getting this sour gas out of here so that we can cool this room back down. I mean, it is actually, it's not too big a deal. It's already getting cooled off. I mean, is it really that big a deal? Should we have a industrial sauna that actually has sour gas in it? I mean, it's totally original. Nobody else is doing it. What is the, let's see here. What is the thermal conductivity? Oh, no, we don't want that. Oxygen is better. Yeah. So we definitely want that. But we're also going to have to get how much? Yeah, we're going to have to get quite a bit more petroleum back in this thing. Ugh, gosh. That's a whole thing as well. That was fun. But we're not going to worry too much about this. I really do need to get that into space, though. I do not want that anywhere near the actual base. We might bridge that on to these pipes. That's probably the best way of going about it. Let me queue up that in the background, and we will worry about that secondarily. Chlorine just popped in here. Well, that's wonderful. Now I have to put all those things back in after I just tore them out. Sigh. You know, I have to admit, our dupes are fairly industrious at this point, and they almost have gotten this entire line from here to there already done. I mean, they just got to do this bridge and finish up this little piece right here. Wow, these guys are really making some good work of this. Their construction skills must be off the chain. 6? I mean, that's not really that good, but whatever. What about you? See, they got it done. So this is all hooked up and ready to rock. All it needs is power, which is just this little bit here. And yeah, we'll start pumping this sucker out again. And we're already back up to 5 tons of plastic. And so to be honest, I don't really need to make more. I could probably just be fine with that. Not have to worry about things overheating again. We just got to scoot a little petroleum over there. But let's go check in on Know-It-All. Let's see how much he has gotten done here. He has 45,000 calories left, meaning he's got about 45 more days of space if we really wanted to. But I'll probably land him close to 10. So when he's got 10 more days left, that'll probably be the end of his journey in space. So how many data banks do we have? Well, holy cow. We have 300 of them. We have 23 units of data banks. And what is it I said I needed? Like 500 to finish all the research? No, about 12 to 1,300 is what we need to finish off all of the research. And then the entire research tree is done. So that includes this. I mean, it may be about 2,000. So he does still have some time to go. How much plastic does he still have here? So under plastic, he has 225 kilograms left to do. And this takes, again, like, I thought it was 5 kilograms for one. Yes, so 5 kilograms to 1 unit. So we have enough plastic still to, I mean, we will make so much more of this, and we've got it back on the planet. He'll have to come home before we're ready to send him back up. I mean, it's going to be a thing. This could be a little bit awkward or a little bit awesome. I don't know which one it'll be. I need to put a vent up there. I think I may not have the space to do it. I do not. I put that pipe in the wrong spot. We're just going to bring it right over here and vent there. It'll never overpressurize, but like I said, this is all kind of sitting here. We may have to move this down. I don't know. Maybe we'll suck some of the other junk out that's here. Back up to here. I know what caused the chlorine to come in. They actually came in through this door or came out through this door. They can come in through here, but they can only exit through this. I forgot to lock it. That's why the chlorine is there. My bad. So we're almost down to micrograms here again, and I will pop back in when this is back to a vacuum and we start pumping in our oxygen to cool off. Okay, and we are a vacuum. Yes. All right. So what we did is we're just going to sever this wire connection here, and then what we'll do is just simply put in a gas vent pipe there, one here as well. And we'll just pump in some nice hot oxygen because it's going to be really hot for the time being. But this thing will kick on. It'll be fine. So here we go. We are starting to pump in some oxygen. I just want to get this to like 1 or 2 kilos. Should be fine. And then after that, we should be good. I want to wait for it. It should cool down fairly quickly. When it's in its gram state, it transfers the heat a lot better, I think. I mean, I'm going totally by visual. I'm not going to lie. I don't really know for sure. The other thing is I might put a temperature shift plate here just to transfer some of that cool into this to make this liquid lock this petroleum not so hot. So we could probably do that early on, actually, and it would be the best. So let's get the temperature shift plate made out of, that's diamond, right? And let's put one right here. And it should draw out the heat from there. All right, so where are we at? 700 grams, 300 grams. Should be evening out here shortly. Let's take a look while we wait for that down here. I installed a couple of different ones because it did seem like the sour gas is pooling up down here. I want to turn this guy off. So we will deconstruct that gas guy. And then we put a new one in there. And let's go ahead and hook him up. Probably need some ladder segments over here just to get to it. Probably here. And then they can construct all that. And then I can do some fun stuff here. Pump that into there. Pump that into there. Pump both of them into there? Question mark? And then get that done, and it should... Breathable oxygen will be the thing it filters out. It should work just the same as this did down here, which we can deconstruct. All right, how we looking? 1,000 grams. Actually, what we can do is just sever those connections and reestablish the old ones. Gas bridge, go away. Vent, go away. Piece of pipe, go away. And that should be it. So all we got to do now is just wait for this to do its thing. I mean, we're already negative 70 here. So we're cooling off this area pretty quick. Our petroleum is dropping. Yes, it'll take a while in this particular spot, but that's okay. I can wait on that. So that will help get all that. Now, once this gets down to a reasonable temperature, this may not actually happen in this episode. As you can see, the body temperature is getting close. This is just going to be our kind of indicator. When this sucker is doing good, then we know that everything is ready for our farm here. Now, we will have a few little oh, kind of things that we're going to have to figure out. And I don't really know exactly how I want to do it. If we do hydroponic tiles, we're going to have to figure out a way to insulate the water so that it doesn't break in the pipes. Not exactly sure how I want to do that just yet, but I have a few ideas of how maybe we can get water in and then kind of keep it warm. And but yeah, I'm not really sure how exactly we want to do this. So we will just wait for this to get nice and chill all the way around. Waiting for this thing really to get as our indicator. So yeah, its temperature needs to be -5. We're still at 3 and 4 degrees, but it shouldn't take too long. If we have to do something like rotate some hydrogen around this area, it shouldn't be a problem. It's not like we don't have enough hydrogen. All right, let's take a look at this mess that we have. It is almost done. It is pumping it out still. Great. Should only take a little bit longer. So that's just a matter of time. How's the temperature looking here? Looking okay. I'm going to go with just okay. Can we fix that in any kind of way? But it's looking pretty chill over here. 11 degrees is pretty good. I wonder what would happen if we enable one of these buildings and just see if how much heat this is going to produce here. Will this be able to keep up with it? Even if I just have one going, I'm not too opposed to that. Oh man, that is really cranking out the heat fast. Oh boy. So that's just going to break no matter what, which means this needs to be deconstructed. So we need to deconstruct all of that. Dang it. So that just put in a bunch more gas, didn't it? All right, well, we eventually will clean all that out. It's not a big deal. I don't think we ruined anything, but man, oh man, we got really close. Okay. So another thing, while we wait for this to cool off, another thing I'd like to get done is just get rid of all of this. My plan would be is to go ahead and plant the lettuce that we need right here, kind of in a natural style. I can put my pips up here and we can really plant actually just in this spot alone. These are like the last few natural tiles. Now, in the past, I've downloaded a mod to make tiles. If you're opposed to that, leave a comment down below because I'm not opposed to it. I think that that should have been something that was in the game. Why couldn't you make regular tiles? Now, I know there's a trick to it where you block in a door up, but I've tried it a couple of times and it doesn't work for me. I must be doing something wrong. So maybe if we don't go with the natural building tiles, yeah, I'll try something else. But for first off, we want to just get rid of all this. So the first things I want to do on a priority 9 is just get rid of the radiation because we need to get that out of there as quickly as possible. The rads are pretty ridiculous. I mean, we had like 1,300 rads in this area. So the quicker we get it done, the better. So now let's go ahead and deconstruct all of this and all these things. We'll get all that gone and we'll just go ahead and destroy all this out and call it good. And I'll pop back in when they got this done. And done. With these kind of industrious dupes, any job isn't out of their reach. Fantastic. So now we can kind of start kind of planning out what we want to do with our waterweed. I think it's called waterweed. I don't know. So we need to build a little hut here that we can trap in our pips. That's what they're called. Pips. Oh my gosh, couldn't remember what they were called. So let's make a little ranch for these pips. We'll go like that, and then we'll have to tile in all of these here. Yeah, try not to look at the mistake. And then we will also go ahead and put some doors back here. And then tile that off like that. We will also need to put in some ladder segments across the bottom here, because that's how you get pips to plant where you want them to plant. Now, this is quite a bit of natural tile that we can use. I'm absolutely going to do my best to make sure that we use every bit of this natural tile. But you can only like pips are funny like this. They plant in threes, so it'll be like 1, 2, 3, or it'll be like 1, skip 1, 2, skip 1, 3. But I think we want to go in groups of 3, just because I think, and I'm not 100% sure, but to get the water weed to get our lettuce, we're gonna have to pump some brine or some salt water in here. I really don't remember, to be honest with you. It's been a long time since I tried to do this. So in all honesty, we're gonna have to put a couple things there so that we can pump some water across here. We will deconstruct this and this one, and we will put some storage in here. Right there in the middle. And we'll get our water weeds. I think they're called water weeds. I could be calling these totally wrong, but I'm sure we'll find out here in a minute. And we'll get our pips up and in there. What do we got going on in the blueprint? Anything worth it? Hatch eggs? You know what? Free food. They'll put them up over here and they'll hatch and become spare food. In the not so distant future. Waterweed seeds. And I want all of them. And I want them here right now. I want you guys to put them in here. I don't even know how many exactly that we have on the entire map, but really? That was 15? 176? I don't think we need that many of them. We don't need them there anymore. And this can be destroyed. Gosh, that's a crazy amount of waterweed seeds. Now, what we want to do is critter and put a pip in here. And we'll go down here. I think there's one by the gate. We will wrangle him up and get him put here as a number 9 priority. But, you know, that could take a minute. Oh, there we go. Got him already. So let's see. Aaron's. Nobody's going to take him anywhere. Fantastic. Hopefully we'll get a pip up there someday. So it was taking far too long. So what we did was we just piped in some hydrogen, put it on a loop. We're at -19 here. We're at 1 degree here now. We're at 12 degrees there. Things are looking a lot better. We're even kind of cooling off this petroleum quite a bit. It's down to 50 degrees where it was at over 100 C. So we should be getting this down in a hurry. So it shouldn't take too much longer now. Actually, we were pumping up some hot oxygen into the base, but we seem to be handling that pretty well. This is getting a little warm over here. It's a little warm in that area, but it's the kitchen. If you can't stay in the heat, get out the kitchen, as they say. Gases over here looking good. Actually, let's take a look at our rocket again. I want to see how well he's doing. It's almost time for that fella to come back. Actually, it's not, but we've got plenty of stuff on the other side. We do need to probably take a look at some of this oxygen and things of that nature. But what's going on here? Insufficient resource. We have run out of plastic. So it is time for him to come back. So let's get him landed. Now, this will be fun because I don't really know how to land him. Destination change here. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Have we just made a humongous mistake? I feel that we may have. Oh, was this open the whole time? Whoops. He probably should close that. All right, so now we're landed. All right, well, that was much easier than I anticipated. So the first thing we want to do is we want to tell him, where is the Atmos suit? Know-it-all needs to wear that. We need him to equip it, and we'll have to put it in a refrigerator again. And do we need to really load up? No, we should be good on everything else. So let's sweep up all of this, the polluted water, and all of this while we're here. Why are those not? Body temperature. What's the temperature in here? Oh. That's kind of a warm. But it's okay. All So anybody can come in there and get the things in there that we need. No, we will not fill up with gas until we get it. So I'll tell you what, let's build one of those. This is the one made out of copper, right? And this was made out of steel. I want you to be destroyed. No. How do you cancel it? Are you confused? Idle, huh? Why are you idle? Oh, because you can't get out of here. Cool. Why don't you just get rid of that? And you can get out of there. Oh, they can't get out because of that. Okay, cool. But anyways, okay, back to over here. How are we looking? 7, 14. Hydrogen's getting definitely cooler. That's going to take a while. We'll just let that be. Got our pip in here. We're going to deconstruct this and see if we can't get this waterweed seed to get planted right there. And then we can figure out what it is that we need to do. I will be right back in once the seed is planted. And there we have it, folks. Our first seed is planted. So the atmosphere is the first thing we need to worry about. It needs to have water, salt, or brine. So we could do any 3 of those. Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, we're going to plant all of these first, and then we'll put the water in. I don't know if that matters if the pips can plant them. So I'd rather than plant them all, then we'll put the water on it. I also added in another pip. I'm trying to... Oh gosh, he's hurting somebody. What's going on? Oh, it's planting the eggs and it's killing all of them. Well, that's interesting. I mean, it's just free meat. That is a great idea, actually. Like, you could just put one of those guys there and it kills all of them. That is super interesting. Oh, but he died. Oh, that's not good. So we'll get him wrinkled up and then we'll have 3 of them up here and they will just be planting like crazy. Did we plant one here? No, I don't know. Maybe? I'm pretty sure it's left to right. I'm not exactly sure. Could have swore it was left to right, but we'll give this some time. It takes forever for pips to plant anything. Went ahead and put in some more of these because I was just getting sick of waiting on this to be done. So I still have one little pocket here and one of these guys is going to grab it and then I can turn all those suckers off. So that should be that problem fixed. And as far as temperature goes, we're still running a little bit warm. How often? What is our temperature coming back in here? Still coming in at 12. And we're still leaving at -3. Yikes. That's a little bit on the cold side. By the time it gets here, it's -2. It's picking up quite a bit, but we may have to run some fancy radiation pipe through here. I'm actually going to go ahead too and fill this up. All right, so we redirected the flow, got this thing full of what it's supposed to have, and we are back to steel production. Fantastic. Still a little warm up here, but like I said, we could probably run some pipes up here if we really wanted to and try to bring some of that chill down here, counterflow it against this. Lots and lots of options, but we are back to making steel. So now we're going to go back to making iron forever. And this time we'll just make, I don't know, 20 steel at a time. That seems like a really good idea. Just kind of keep our steel going. I think lime is the thing that we're running out of the most. We're down to 6 tons of it. I'm sure we need to probably do some poker shell harvesting, but as we just saw, we killed our poker shell. Maybe it'll come. Maybe we'll get an egg back one of these days. I don't know. So honestly, I was trying to get a lot more done in this particular episode than I did. To be honest, we didn't quite get everything I wanted done. And full disclosure, it's taking a lot more time to record these episodes than I anticipated. I usually dedicate about 4 to 6 hours to play this game, but honestly, it's been a lot tougher here lately just to get the time to do it. There's just a lot going on, and we're getting later and later into the game and trying to take on some, slightly bigger projects than I've ever done in the past. One of them being, making a sleet wheat farm right next to our anti-entropy thermal nullifier. Using that space and all that stuff, I've never done something like that. As well as make a kitchen. I've never done something like this before. So we're trying out new things, getting things going, getting into space and doing all that sort of things that are up here that we've been doing. I just haven't ever done anything like this before. especially just trying to make the content and make sure that I'm not shorting it, you guys, when I'm making the content. So I do apologize. There may be a time to time as I have a job in real life and all that kind of stuff, and I'm trying to kind of wiggle it in between. But the TLDR is just that I'm trying my best to get them out every Friday, but there might be days and weeks that I may not get Oxygen Not Included out at the Friday mark. I may have to wait until Saturday. So if you guys are okay with that, I may have a few times when it's out on Saturday. I'll try to make it Saturday morning. That way I can upload Friday night and get it to you guys Saturday morning in the morning. But yeah, so the later we get into this game, the more and more it might take time to get these episodes out to you guys. But if you are enjoying what you're seeing, please do not forget to like and subscribe, as it does help out the channel. If you hit the notification bell, you can be alerted anytime any Oxygen Not Included or other content that is on the screen gets uploaded. This has been Addo from Addo's Playtime. Don't forget to keep gaming for the love of games. Bye now.